The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
Well, give me my headphones, by the way. You got my bloody headphones.
Oh,
And you're stretching with your big head.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You know what happened? I walked in this morning. I went to go on air, and there were no headphones on this side of the desk.
Oh, just grab mine.
So, well, actually, no, yours were over there.
Mate, there would have been ex-presenters on this program who would have your head for that. You would be out of here right now. I'm not going to name them, mate, but you know who I'm talking
I know
about.
who you're talking about.
See?
I know.
Familiarity breeds contempt with us, too, doesn't it?
I'll just steal Luttsy's.
Yeah.
He won't care.
I know, he won't get.
I'm going to bedazzle mine, so
Yeah,
no one
that's
will
not a
touch
bad
them.
idea.
You've already blinged up your microphone.
I have, but I need to get more. I'm going to get more
It's
over the
piss week.
weekend. I know. Well, I just feel like I've got no time for anything now. I'm always with you guys.
Just get someone else to do it.
I don't.
Get Lockie to do it or something.
Who's
Yeah, Lockie will do that.
Lockie? Can you please go to Spotlight and get me some more bedazzle jewels?
I think
Bling.
he's a
You
platinum
need some
member at
bling.
Spotlight. I know that for a fact. He gets all these fabrics there.
You know what I hate about Spotlight is if you want to exit, you still have to go through the checkout line. It's so awkward. You have to
Looks
push
like you're a
past
shoplifter.
everyone. Yeah, and you're like, excuse me. It's like the walk of shame. It's like they're trying to make you at least buy lollies on the way out. It's
Nothing
weird.
in here good enough for you, is it?
Well, no, because they expect me to make it myself. That's the issue with Spotlight.
Yeah, but
I'm
what,
not
are you
much.
not buying anything there? What do you mean? Like, when you
Well,
go,
sometimes you go in, look for a tablecloth.
it's not
or
there
look
and
for-
you walk out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
done.
look like a shoplifter. I always feel really guilty doing that.
Yeah, you do.
Just walking out.
You do. I kind of walk with
I look
innocent
guilty.
eyes. Like I open them up and I kind of like smile at everyone.
That's a
Are we-
that's a dog thing.
Are we
you
all
can hear in the
ignoring that
background.
noise in the background, by the way?
There's a dog eating or something or other.
What's Whiskey got over there
Oh,
that he's...
No,
that
Whiskey's
she's...
got Bento's monkey toy,
Right.
and she's giving it a solid work.
Does,
I think
does Bento know that Whiskey has the toy?
No, and she's trying to demolish it, so I have to keep pulling her up because Bento snuggles it, and she just wants to she's using violence.
I don't know dog etiquette, but I'm presuming you just can't grab someone other dog's toy and eat it. Like,
Bento's going to
rock
be
up and
annoyed
smell
when she
that.
comes in this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's what have you
It's
got?
Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Valentine's Day.
yeah. There's that. But
Yeah. Well,
Mitch,
we might talk in a couple minutes. We need some pickup lines. So we're going to put the call out. Actually, if you're ever going to use them.
But what? Just pick up lines that have worked?
Well, worked, haven't worked. You know, some.
I don't
some
know that
ones
there's
that
a pickup line out there that has
That has.
worked.
I'm
Yeah.
more interested in the fails. I broke into the Logies once. This is a good story, actually. Broke into the Logies, and I was I was dancing at the after party, and then this big footballer type bloke comes up to me, and he goes, "Oh, I'm having a bit of a soiree at my penthouse. Would you like to come?" I'm like, "No, thanks. I'm good. This is fun." He's like, "You
bit
don't
giddy.
know. You don't know who I am, do you?" I'm like, "No, you're a footballer." He's like, "Are you an actor?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I could put you on any show you wanted." And I went, "I'll get." And then walked away. Anyway, the next night I'm watching the news and there's Eddie Maguire and this dude going into court on the news. I said to Jeremy, "That's him. That's the dude." He goes, "Nikki, that's James Packer."
I was going to say it's a Packer.
It was a Packer.
How did you not know what James Packer looked like?
I know.
Pretty recognisable.
Well, I don't know. I was young and needed the money. I don't know.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
We're doing some not so great, perhaps, pickup lines at the moment, and specifically if something hasn't worked, that's what we want to know about. On your Valentine's Day, Jesse at a Park Ridge. Good morning.
Good morning. How you going?
Good. We got success or absolutely not. What have we got?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
do you-
no, Jesse, tell us. What'd you do?
Well, the old nightclub special. You see someone you like on the dance floor, so you dance your way over to them and you give them the pickup line and just get the cold shoulder.
And what's your pickup line?
I've lost my number. Could I have yours?
And it doesn't work.
No, just get the cold shoulder and the eye roll.
But I mean, at
not
least
offensive.
you know you exist. You know what I mean? Like it not working doesn't necessarily mean not working. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's
you've,
true.
you've broken the ice.
And I don't mind that. It's not like
that.
it's too much. So I know your intention probably wasn't to impress a 52-year-old broadcaster, but I like that.
I mean, if you were in City Rollers back in the day.
If you danced your way up to me, Jesse, I wouldn't have knocked you back.
Yeah,
I would have had a bit of a
maybe-
laugh at that.
Yeah, I'd have
Maybe it's
chuckled.
not the line. Maybe you need to work on your dance shimmy up.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe I need to work on my dance skills.
Well, we'll listen to this one, Jess, because who we got here? We got Deb out of Caboolture.
So does he get the flowers?
Yeah, you get the flowers.
Absolutely, $150.
It's amazing. Anyway,
Flowersforeveron.com.au.
And
Deb from
Deb,
Caboolture,
you-
tell us.
Yeah, hi, darling. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Deb. Now, what's this pickup line?
It's just so simple. If you like somebody, if you see somebody that you really think, wow, you just go up to them. You kind of run up or just go up, casually and just go up and go, oh my gosh, how are you? Start talking to them and they kind of look at you as if, do I know you? And you just give them a big kiss, you get a kiss back, and then you just take it from there.
So you just play familiarity and just kind of fake it till you make it.
Try,
You can't
I
go
don't
and
encourage
tongue pash
people-
someone.
Yes. Yeah.
And I do that with my daughter, like when we go out, like I'm trying to find her a husband. And, I do the same thing to her, and then she's looking at me really embarrassed. And they don't start talking to me, then they start talking to her. So it works every time.
Well, that family dynamic's getting a little interesting, honestly.
I feel like women can get away with murder, whereas
Yeah, I don't
if
think-
you
yeah,
guys
I
tried
would try that.
You,
I
don't
would-
go,
I
you
would
can't
try
go up
that
and kiss
one.
someone.
you'd be just
Yeah.
marched out the building.
Don't touch anyone, all right?
No.
That's my advice.
Al, out of Oxley, what do you got?
How you going, guys?
All right, Al.
Are you a motorcycle? Because I want to ride you all night and then trade you in for a new one.
Yeah. Now, how many times does that work?
And how many years have you been single, Al?
Well, if that failed, there's always chloroform, but,
Yeah. The thoughts of our listeners are not those of Nova Entertainment.
I did say we
No
we're going to
touching, no
lower the
drugs.
bar, and I feel like he just like
Yeah,
limboed
but let's
under
move
that
on.
one.
You can, come on.
Rob out of Redland Bay, clean us up a little bit. What do we got?
I don't know if this is any clean-up, but how do you like your eggs in the morning? Sunny side up or fertilised?
Oh, that'd probably work on like a woman who's, the clock is ticking and she's like, oh, he'll do, whatever. Just give me a baby and bugger off.
Oh, I mean, Deb's trying to find a husband for her daughter, so maybe that would work if you went through Deb.
That's
And
it.
How does your daughter like her eggs?
You're a matchmaker.
Yeah.
Mitch, you're a matchmaker, my friend.
Solving the problem.
Problem solved.
Yeah,
And
Rob,
handing it-
head over to Caboolture.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
This is Ash vs. Nikki fighting it out over astrology.
All right, what do we got this week, Nikki?
All
Now,
right,
last week-
Ash. Slight topic change from
Yes.
the football banter before. By the way, anyone listening, I was in the room. I just had nothing to say.
Yeah, sometimes, as Ronan Keating says, you say it best when you say nothing.
And I think I said it extraordinarily well. Anyway,
I'm staying out of this one, by the way.
all
no,
right.
I'm going to go to the kitchen.
You're not. You have to stay, mate. If
gonna go
I'm
play
here,
with the
you're,
dog, guys.
you're here as
Whiskey.
well.
Come on, whiskey.
You need to be the witness. All right, Ash.
Yes. Okay. So what do we? What
The
have we
week
got?
that was. So
Yes.
think back to last Saturday. This was your prediction for the week. Okay.
Right.
Libra. When we compare our lives to other people's and they seem to be more successful than us, it's hard to feel positive. But when you think about it, anyone who isn't concerned about whether others are doing better than them is going to be doing better than the person who's worrying about it. This Valentine's week, if you want to feel good about your world, you need to just focus on what makes you happy. Then commit to taking action that brings more happiness your way. The full moon promises lots of opportunities to do that.
I saw the full moon coming in this morning too.
You did,
Yes.
yeah. It was up in the sky, funnily enough.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
Was
Nikki,
it-
that one doesn't ring true for me.
oh, you're not a bloody Libra. I feel like you're pulling my leg.
But Nikki, I went to that health retreat over the weekend.
Yes.
And this week I've been like, I've just felt full of energy. I've felt.
Yeah, you
know,
have turned a corner this
I
week.
feel like I've turned
Mentally, physically.
a corner,
He was rowing at Functional yesterday
I was. I did 2 20-minute stints on the
on the erg.
on the erg.
Well, maybe you did do what it said to do. You found your own inner happiness.
Yes.
You looked after yourself.
Well, okay, if that's what that's saying, then that is true.
That is what it is saying.
Is it
is
wrong
true.
that this music reminds me of a massage parlour in Indooroopilly I used to go to?
As long as it doesn't remind you of the one in Thailand, I think we're all right.
No, the Indooroopilly one. I used to.
I love how he says that he used to go to Nick.
Shut down.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
I went to the Southport Aquatic Pool yesterday afternoon with two of my boys, and we were swimming down there, and then we jumped into the dive pool they've got there.
The diving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were just sort of mucking around in that area, sort of diving to the bottom because it's 5 metres deep to go down to the bottom. And we were just sort of stuffing around.
Do your ears go all right doing that? I can't do it.
I was about to ask the exact same question. I can't go more than a metre under now.
Me too.
Everything goes.
Yeah, me too.
You've got to equalise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't.
Years ago.
You close your...
I shit myself.
You
Like,
close
the whole
your-
thing. It's not a good look. I'm banned from Centenary.
You should-
I
You
piss
should
my
definitely
pants
not
and forget
go.
who I am.
Yeah. Anyway, we were doing that, and there was this lady, athlete, up on the 10-metre tower,
No.
and she was going through the whole routine, and then she jumped off the 10 metres. She must have done it 4 or 5 times. Jumped off the tower, did a perfect somersault, and then landed on with her feet, but no splash, just straight into the water. And until you're actually watching that live, I don't think I've ever really watched diving before where I've
In the
been
flesh.
there. Yes, and seen it. It was so impressive.
Bloody impressive, isn't it?
Well, and then I woke up this morning, just the guts of it, because I'm looking at that 10-metre tower going, it takes courage just to step off it, let alone step off it
And do all of that.
and execute a move.
If you've ever stood at the top of the thing, I've done it and said, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to jump off a boat, like even just the bridge of a boat.
Yeah.
You kind of get wobbly knees.
It's a lot.
Yeah, so
But what were you going to say this morning that happened?
I was going to say, then I looked this morning and I see that Michelle Wu,
Melissa Wu.
Melissa Wu,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
has announced her retirement.
I saw it as well, yeah.
From diving.
Yeah.
She's been to 5 Olympic Games.
Yeah, what a legend.
That is an incredible feat.
Like
To be-
she's 32.
yeah. I remember when we spoke to her when she was 14.
I remember Jonathan
Yep.
Brown and I went out to Chandler. It was Nova, so it must have been, she was 32. So she couldn't have been any more than 14 or 15. So it would have been almost in the early days of Nova. I got this photo with her and this little Melissa Wu. I think she was about to go to her first Olympics or something, and she's been a
Because
superstar.
what age did she start? Was she like 14, 15?
Well, she
I
would
remember
have
she was a
had to have been.
baby.
No, I think she was representing Australia at 14. That's when Luttsy was first.
Yeah,
speaking
she
to
won
her.
gold medals at the Com Games in 2010, but still in 2006, I think she was still, it was right back. I think she won a silver medal in 06 Com Games. So if that makes, that would have been right. Yeah,
Yeah, wow, okay.
So
I was
it's
hoping you were going to
crazy.
say that was Melissa Wu at Southport.
No. Well, she's obviously,
One last jump
Yeah.
off the 10.
She's obviously, like, can you imagine how many times she's done that, though? Like
Yeah.
in training and then in performance.
Now she'll join Red Bull and she'll start doing it off cliffs.
Well, interesting you say that because we, in our podcast last week, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on this show, but we had the CEO of Swimming Australia on, who pretty much was half joking around Kangaroo Point Cliffs as, for 2032. But his point was that Red Bull high dive,
Yeah.
he reckons will likely be an Olympic sport by the time Brisbane rolls around.
Well,
So
if there's breakdancing, I think we can.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a
Because
fair
it's
call to do
legit,
that.
right?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if that's even plausible, the Kangaroo Point Cliffs or how they do it, but wouldn't that be a great venue
I saw the
for
drawing
us?
of it. They mocked up a drawing
It
of
looked
what
amazing.
it should look like. It was so cool.
That'd be the
That'd
most.
be cool.
That'd be the most memorable diving. The only diving I really remember from an Olympic Games was the one in Rio.
No, Barcelona, remember?
Oh, was
where
it- no,
Greg-
yes.
Which was open. You had the
Yes.
city in the background. It was
Yes.
Greg Louganis and yada,
Yes.
yada, yada.
That- yeah.
But that was iconic, right?
I think
Yeah.
I was in Aspen when that happened. Where was I?
just
I remember
skiing, were you?
Yeah, I was.
Jumping off your big boat.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
Oh, I was just having a little Apple scroll of what's happening in the news, and there is a woman in Sydney, a restaurant owner called Naji Chu. She's got a Vietnamese restaurant, which is quite notorious with its punters.
Oh, they got the banh mi. They should have the banh mi.
What?
She would, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
What
for
does she have
sure.
to do to you?
No, banh mi.
No, the banh mi.
You know,
Oh.
the pork
Yeah.
roll thing.
Bao buns,
With the,
like-
It's
with the
Vietnamese,
French,
like,
the French
lock-in.
baguette type thing.
Yeah.
Well, she probably has that.
No,
She's-
she would. She would for sure.
Did you say that it's notorious, though?
Yeah, like it's a very popular joint.
Oh, notorious in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way, because she has rather explicit fortune cookie messages.
I can get
Oh,
around
that's
that.
an interesting.
It's almost like
yeah.
a roast. So her messages are a roast. Like she calls people sad, lonely. See you next Tuesday. Like they're
Oh, it just
like,
says you are or that.
they're a full roast.
How's that? It's not even a fortune. It's just a statement.
No, well, it's
Statement of hate.
another one was saying, good fortune for you. Hopefully the divorce happens. Just stuff like
Yeah,
that.
right.
Anyway, so she sent it off to her orders off to the factory who makes her fortune cookies, and I'd say I blame AI because there's been a mix-up, and her fortunes have been put in everyone else's cookies in all the other Vietnamese and Chinese restaurants.
Other restaurants.
Brilliant.
Other restaurants. So they've received a I can't speak this morning, barrage of complaints, and they've called her up and blamed her
That's her fault.
for them putting the offensive messages in everyone else's cookies. Anyway,
It's a distribution problem.
Yeah, it's a distribution issue out of
it's
China.
completely their issue.
Yeah.
But anyway, she said she's not going to stop using them because they're a lot cheaper, she said. But she said she just has to stop putting profanities in the messages and they will continue to
She should
make her
keep going.
cookies.
Keep going, love.
Yeah, I know. Well, they said we'll send you the cookies and you can put your own messages in. She's like, I don't have time for that.
She hasn't got time for that.
No, she's too busy just coming up with offensive.
But who's telling her? Who's telling her she's got to do this stuff? Is there a fortune cookie
the factory.
committee? The fortune cookie committee industry.
Yeah, the cookie committee.
The cookie committee.
The overriding committee.
Hey, we've got some problems now. With who?
Miss Naji.
We've got Naji. We've got Naji again, is it?
Nazi's gone rogue.
We got on a Zoom call. Naji,
Naughty,
come on.
Naughty Naji.
And she would say back, Ashley.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.